You're looking live at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Fall Brawl continues on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Tonight is throwback night for the On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl from the Myrtle Beach Speedway in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, virtually. A track that I've had the privilege for many, many years to announce races. Matter of fact, I think of the first time announcing UARA back in 2009. I think of announcing the Myrtle Beach 400, and now I think of the sadness that the track shut down just a couple of months ago. But we have a virtual memory here tonight. Welcome to the Fall Brawl on LSR TV. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Brett Rolls. Executive producer, as always, on production is Charles Wooten. Brett, Myrtle Beach Speedway, 5/8 of a mile. A lot of history at this track. Legends and super late models tonight.
Yeah, this is a lot of history when it comes to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. A lot of the main stake drivers that you hear, within the NASCAR Cup Series have made a lot of laps around the speedway. So this is actually my first instance in attendance at Myrtle Beach. So I'm actually looking pretty forward to seeing the action we got tonight.
Definitely looking forward to this event as well as these drivers getting into place, ready to go. It is also throwback week from Myrtle Beach. So there's a lot of cool things going on. A lot of drivers picking different paint schemes in respects of fellow loved ones or their racing career, or even when they used to race themselves, having some throwback colors. So that's going to be pretty interesting and neat to see here today as well. We're getting ready to go with qualifying in just a few moments. By the way, on Rails Paint Fall Brawl here this evening as the drivers get ready for qualifying. The Legend program will be up first. Real quickly, let's give you your race program order for tonight, as this is the Legend cars. We will have them getting ready to qualify here in just a few moments. But here is tonight's racing order of events for the Legend cars. First, 30-minute practice just wrapping up. 2-lap qualifying for the Legends about to get underway. And then a 30-lap feature. And I don't think we have a heat race scheduled for tonight here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, Brett.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if we do or not. I'm hoping we do. I mean, Legend cars racing here, this is going to put on a lot of action as you see, just how wide these cars are compared to this track. We're going to be able to go 3, maybe even 4 wide racing tonight. So if we're able to get the pack all together and, can have some pretty good pack racing, we might be able to see a lot of high impact, high contact, door-to-door racing here tonight, Wesley.
Brady Campbell, the number 16, he's on the racetrack right now. Watch that ticker on the bottom. First lap, 21.266 for the driver of Brady Campbell, 16 years old, out of Bangor, Maine, the BRC racing entry. Number 16, he's on the racetrack now. Also, Kill has just finished up with qualifying as Brady Campbell is second. Wallace is now third. That's Jeffrey Wallace. Fisher fourth. Klingbill is currently the man that is at the top of the board. William Klingbill out of Northwest Ohio in the number 83 entry. So again, doing a pretty good job right now. This qualifying is on track. Here is David Trumbley. David Trumbley on Speedway from Toledo, Ohio. Getting tongue-tied now. Toledo, Ohio, car number 96, the Dogecoin and Bitcoin entry.
I'm getting a little tongue-tied tonight. Wesley must have been all that cake last night.
Yes, sir. Buffy. Chocolate cream cheese cake, if I might I add.
Hey, we got to get these shots in at Cody Wooten early tonight so that way he can't get us going too bad. Although I do have my Dr. Pepper on standby for the event, so we should be pretty good.
There you go. Dr. Pepper, that's it. Exactly. I hope you said it the right way.
This is the 96 car of David Trumbley, that STP sponsored ride. He's going to come around and put down a 21.411 as you see there at the bottom of your screen. That's going to put him currently right now towards the back of the position field, currently in the 10th position. So trying to hold on to that top 10, and just as I say it, he's going to get bumped outside of that top 10. So David Trumbley going to improve a little bit better to a 3.66. So that's going to put him back in actually it's going to keep him right where he's at currently in 11th spot. So we're going to have some more cars qualifying here as the 32 of Eric Steele comes on track.
Yes, continuing to rock and roll here as the final 2 minutes of qualifying go on. There goes Parker Retzlaff. He'll go to the top of the board from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Payne now second best in the Virginia native. Tyler Payne, Morden third, Pullins and Steele. There goes Eric Steele now, currently fifth in the number 32. He'll finish up with his qualifying lap. Eric Steele in the number 32 entry as again these drivers wrapping up with qualifying here, getting ready for racing later tonight. Eric Horsedog Steele out of Plainville, Vermont. The Speedball Bearings over Works.com, BTRC Hobbies, East Coast Oval entry, number 32. As qualifying is continuing on with Kevin Blackburn on the speedway now, the number 77 out of Gainesville, Georgia. Just about, 45 minutes down the road from me. Sponsored by me, myself, and I. That's not me, that is him. By the way, if you look on the upper left of the monitor, you see the best lap times being put down by the drivers right now, 20.943. And if we change that, you'll see now the interval difference from first down to the scoring pylon. There you see the negative, meaning the difference of the leader's fast time of Retzlaff, 20.943. David Pullins is up now on the racetrack. As qualifying about to come to a close, David Pullins, we'll see what he can do. Qualifying for the most part going on with no problems, without a hitch. We're rocking and rolling. And it looks like from Nashville to Myrtle Beach, Brett rolls virtually. Parker Retzlaff will be the fast qualifier for the Legends here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he was the only driver to break into that 20-second bracket. So he's definitely figured something out here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway tonight. As you can see, we got some night racing for you here with the Legend cars.
And we're going to heat race.
Oh, we are going to get some heat racing, so just a little bit of extra action-packed racing for you here, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see, just in comparison, how wide this track is versus how narrow these cars are. So, maybe not so much in the heat race, but, for the 30-lap feature event that's set to come later in the course of this event here, keep an eye as drivers might start to get a little bit impatient and try to get a couple of spots there and try to force it maybe 3, even 4 wide at times.
Should be interesting and fun, as here is the starting lineup for race number 1. Let's cue up that instrumental dramatic music and get things kicked off. Brady Campbell, he's on the pole in the number 16. To his outside, Cody Moorcroft in the 80. That's row number 1.
Row number 2 on the inside is going to be that ear stripe number 35 of Joseph Ralph, and to his outside is going to be the 96 car of David Trumbley.
Moving on to row number 3, Matthew Kopp in the number 22 is outside Kevin Blackburn, number 77. He'll start 6th.
And next row back inside, you're going to see the 99 car of Jeffrey Wallace. And to his outside, that's Donald the Fish Fisher in the 38 car.
Christopher Woodard ready to go in 9th, and Luke Brown in the number 5 machine. He will start in the 10th position.
And just outside the top 10 in the 11th position is going to be the number 21 car rounding out the field of Mackenzie Galaja, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
Mackenzie Galaja, I think is what it is. Yeah, I believe so. There's a lineup for heat race number 1. So here's the thing. We locked in 10 from qualifying. The top 5 will transfer from this heat race, and that will make your 15-car field for the feature coming up here later on tonight from Myrtle Beach Speedway. Looks like they're waiting for the field to grid. We'll step away for, well, hold that. No, we're not. We get a caution, we'll go to break. I was about to throw a commercial break out there, but we're not. Ready to go here. Legend cars, totally different racetrack than what we saw for the Fall Brawl last Friday night. Brett, I know you were off. Brandon Gagnon worked with me, but you go from Nashville, Nashville. It's a big track, 5/8 of a mile, just like Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is 5/8 of a mile, except it's a totally different way the track is built. This is a flat track, sandblasted because it's right off the coast of the Carolinas, the Atlantic Ocean. Flat track compared to a big high bank 5/8 mile like last week at Nashville.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Nashville Fairgrounds. I was actually going to go out there when the World of Outlaws were there with the sprint cars for that extravaganza, but didn't end up making it out there. So, a little bit outside the box on the difference between here and Nashville, but the pace truck going to pull off to the pits, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing, Wesley.
Ready to go. Here they come out of turn number 4, ready to come to the start. Fall Brawl preliminary for the Legends underway. We're taking 5 to the feature. Green is out. Campbell on the jump. The JBL audio entry pulls away. Opening lap in turn 1.
And just like I mentioned, drivers not wasting any time as you see them almost 3 wide back there for that final transfer spot for a second through turns 1 and 2. As it looks like the field's about to single file out. You saw a little bit of tire smoke there. Somebody getting in the corner with just a little bit too much head of steam as we got one going around outside turn number 4. I'm not sure who that is. I believe that maybe
number 22.
22 of Kopp. So Kopp having a little bit of issues there as the caution flag's going to fly. We have another spinner on the track as well.
Couple of cars going around. Swag caution, Swag instant replay. Presented by Swag E-Wraps and Graphics. Located in Seaford, Virginia. Let's see what happened to Kopp in 22. There you see his mishap. Coming down the front straightaway. Just simply lost it. Bottom of the racetrack. And then understanding another car got involved in an accident going into turn 1. And that is the cause of the yellow. There you see the second man spun there.
So a couple of drivers having a little bit of an issue here early on in this heat race. So going to be interesting to see if they're able to come back through the field and possibly contend for that top 5 transfer spot. As we're going to have about maybe 6 to 7 laps to go at the drop of the green flag here.
Still a lot of racing left remaining. Caution laps do count. The lights are already off. Still under yellow flag here. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more coverage. The Fall Brawl presented by On the Rail Paints on LSR TV when we return. Back here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, the on-rails paint fall brawl, round 4 tonight from Myrtle Beach Speedway on your home for sim racing as we wrap up our broadcast coverage for the opening week of October for fall. Next broadcast events will be on Sunday, beginning at 6:30 Eastern with the Adrenaline Cup Series from Talladega. Here they come out of turn number 4, back to the Rocket Racing Setups restart box. They're also a sponsor on Tyler Payne's car. He's locked in the Legends car feature later tonight. Green back in the air. On the jump, it's Campbell, Moorcroft, and Ralph, the top 3, back to turn 1.
And look at the jump that Campbell was able to get over the rest of the field. As you see 3 cars there under a blanket for that 3rd position. That's going to be the 35 of Ralph, the 5 of Brown, and the 96 of Trumbley. As you got one going way up, and the 35 car going to coming off of turn 4, as that's going to possibly bring out another caution. I'm
Can he
not
keep on
sure.
going?
It looks like he's going to keep on going. He's going to back it up.
Ralph will keep going. No caution. They're going to come to 2 to go at the line this time by. Ralph will, though, fall all the way to the back. We got another car that is spun. He will now get back going again. That's Moorcroft in the 80 car. He was in the top 3 just a moment ago, and now we're going to throw caution flag. We're going to probably have an overtime shootout here.
Issues for 2 cars within the top 5 transfer spots. As you see, I believe that was the 80 car.
80 and Moorcroft.
A little bit loose. He tries to hang on to it and just gets it up into the wall. So, definitely not what he wanted to see with only about 3 laps to go, but a huge break for the other one that spun. I believe that was the 35 car, as I don't see him out on the track currently right now. He may have came down to get a fast repair.
Yeah, the number 80 was Cody Moorcroft out of Frederickson, New Brunswick, Canada, in the number 80 McConey setup shop entry. And then the other car was the number 35 of Joe Ralph out of Johnson City, New York, in the 4X Graphics Renee's Reduce entry number 35. And those were the cars that lost it. However, we threw yellow flag for Moorcroft. We will go to overtime, as there will be a green-white checker when they come back to the Rocket Racing Setups restart zone, ready to settle things here at Myrtle Beach. Under the caution flag again. Coming up later tonight, the Supra Late Models getting ready for their main event, the Legend Cars Supra Late Models. It's all part of Friday night's coverage of the On-Rail Paints Fall Brawl on LSR TV. Getting ready to come back around to the start-finish line. They're going to take the one-to-go indication this time by. Does anybody got anything for Campbell there, Brett Rolls? He's got a really strong car, number 16.
It's going to be pretty interesting to see, as it looks like, some of the drivers that are trying to keep pace with him are having a little bit of issue getting loose coming off the corner. I'm not sure if this is a fixed setup series or if this is open setup, but that number 16 car up front of Campbell, he definitely has gotten everything figured out early here tonight at Myrtle Beach, and he is looking really fast going into the feature tonight.
Ready to come back for the restart here in just a moment. Parker Retzlaff for Ryan Handel, I'm sorry. Rhinelander, Wisconsin will be the man to bring us to green coming up in a moment for the Legends feature, 30 laps. And Parker Retzlaff coming off of some disappointment from the E300 last Sunday at Martinsville. A dominating performance and literally got bad luck at the end of the race.
As it looks like we're going to come around the front straightaway this time. We're going to get doubled up. So the field going to restack and repack on that 16 car as the pace truck is going to pull off into pit road. That's going to hand the field over to the 16 of Campbell. He's going to get on the loud pedal out of turn number 4. We are back green flag racing here at Myrtle Beach Speedway with the Legends.
Back inside the Rocket Racing Setups restart zone, green flag back in the air. It'll be a 2-lap shootout, green-white checker. Campbell on the jump, pulls away from Wallace. Wallace now trying to make some type of an effort to close in on Campbell. Can't reach him there just yet. They'll come to the white flag here. The swag, 1 to go in heat race action. 1 lap remains. Campbell out in front, back to turn 1, final time.
Campbell's opened up to about a sizable lead, but we got a battle shaping up towards the back for the transfer spot. But I don't think anybody's going to be able to have anything for Campbell, as he's going to have 2 more turns of the wheel coming through 3 and 4. You see him down on the inside lane, hugging that inside wall out of turn 4. It's going to be the 16 car of Campbell in for the win here in the heat race.
Yeah, Campbell will get it done to that number 16 machine. Congratulations to the man out of Bangor, Maine for BRC Racing and JBL Audio. The number 16, Brady Campbell, gets it done.
And we had 1 car spin coming to the line. That was the 38. He was holding the last 5th place transfer spot. I'm not sure the driver's name. I believe it was Fisher.
That's Ralph. Number 38's Ralph. Ralph in 38.
The 38, he got loose coming off a turn 4. He's not going to be able to make it into the feature tonight.
Man, that's a tough break for Fish. Donald Fisher there in the number 38 machine. As there is the end of things for the heat race. We're going to take a quick warm-up session, and these top 10 that locked in from qualifying, including Parker Retzlaff and the 5 that made it in from the heat race with Campbell getting the win, will battle for 30 laps after a warm-up around the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Back with more coverage in a moment. This is the On Rails Fall Brawl Paint. The On Rails Paints Fall Brawl on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Back with more in a moment from Myrtle Beach.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, iRacing Simulator, LSR TV, the broadcast, and we are the announcers, Wesley Outland, Brett Rolls, running the boards, executive producer Charles Wooten. It is the, make sure I got it right now from now on, the On the Rails Paint Fall Brawl. Would like to quickly announce we no longer have anything to do with McConey Setup Shop. No longer. It is now the On the Rails Paints Fall Brawl. And we are getting ready now for the feature event, Legend Cars, Myrtle Beach Speedway. Brett, what do you think we're going to see in this 30-lap feature coming up?
I definitely think we're going to see a lot of high-action racing, a lot of side-by-side battling. You saw it early on there in the heat, within the first not even 60, 70 feet of this racetrack going green. We saw drivers back around the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot going 3 wide. So be on the lookout for a lot of drivers trying to make moves early on, especially towards the back of this field, as this race is only going to be 30 laps. And I'm going to pass the mic back to Wesley, as it looks like everybody's getting gridded up, and we're going to have the starting lineup for you here.
What are you talking about? We in this together, dog. We in this together. Give them the starting lineups for the On the Rails Payne's Fall Brawl. On the pole, Brady Campbell. No, that's not right. It's Parker Retzlaff on the pole. Hang on.
There we go.
There you go. All right, buddy. Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin on the pole, and the number 2 to the outside. In the Rocket Racing Setups legend, number 18, Tyler Payne from Virginia, row 1.
And staying in the 3rd position is going to be the 9 car of Eric Warden. To his outside is going to be Jonathan Tuckness in that number 94.
Row number 3, David Pullins in 33, and Eric Steele, the man of steel, in 32.
Starting position number 7 is going to be the 90 car of Dennis Warnes, and starting outside of him is going to be the number 71 of Daniel Hinder.
Row number 4, row 5, William Klingbeil in the 83, Gregory Moon, he's in the 8. That's your top 10.
Next row back is going to be the number 16 of Brady Campbell. You saw him just with the heat race win there just a little bit ago. And starting outside of him in P number 12 is going to be the 80 of Cody Moorcroft.
And to round out the field, Joseph Ralph in the 35, David Trumbley in the 96, and at the back will be Matthew Kopp and Kevin. Yeah, Matthew Kopp. That's it. Blackburn did not start. I don't know why it picked it up, but they are out. 15 drivers ready to go for the Legend cars. Off of turn number 4, Pace Truck is in. Here they come at Myrtle Beach Speedway. The On the Rails Paints Fall Brawl Legends 30 lap feature at Myrtle Beach in the firebox. Green in the air. We're underway.
Green flag is out here at Myrtle Beach as you see the field fan out going through turns 1 and 2. As of right now, it's going to be Parker Retzlaff jumping out to about a 2-3 car length lead coming around into turns number 3. That number 2 looking really strong out the gate as he's starting to pull away from the 18 of Payne. There's a little bit of contact there for the 2nd position as Tuckness going to give Payne a shot in the rear bumper. That's going to send him up the track a little bit and allow him to retake that 2nd spot.
Opening lap. And Retzlaff will lead it. Tuckness in 2nd spot. Payne will fall back to 3rd from starting 2nd. Warden and Hinder, and we got a caution of the speedway problems for the number 8 of Moon. And that'll bring out the swag yellow flag. And here is your swag. E-Wraps and Graphics instant replay. We'll find out what happened. Watch the white number 8 car of Moon.
You know, and it's just like I said, Wesley, you know, these guys are going to be throwing everything they got at it early on. 30 laps here at Myrtle Beach. It's definitely going to go by really quick as you see everybody in a cluster, and he just gets through it. Looks like a self-spinner as we got 2 cars, now 3 cars that were
turning about 3-car accident out there. The yellow car and the purple car as well, and that wasn't Joker from Batman. Caution coming out. I want to say it was the 35, the tiger-looking car, the flame car there that got caught up in it, maybe. Yeah, what he said. Caution coming out again there. Gregory Moon going to possibly be out of the race. As we have yellow flag here. Caution laps do count, by the way. He is now out of the race, by the way. Moon is out. Tough break for him in the number 8.
So some early race drama for the number 8 of Moon as you see him just, you know, get a little bit loose coming through the corner. You know, trying to keep up with guys like, you know, Parker Retzlaff and Warden out there. There's a lot of really quick guys, you know, in these Legend cars, and, you know, as you saw earlier on that 16 in the heat race, you know, people getting really loose coming through the corners, trying to keep up with momentum. So, going to be interesting to see if, you know, guys are pushing it a little too hard, trying to keep pace with some of these quicker guys up front.
So Retzlaff, the man still leading the way in the number 2 as we are under the yellow flag. So a lot of racing here left to go. Coming up later tonight will be the super late models. And of course, remember Parker Retzlaff last week sweeping the fall brawl at Nashville, at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We'll see what he can do tonight here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Parker Retzlaff for the number 42 comes to us out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. The Ponce Eco Tracks log and load for kids entry. He's in the number 2 Legends car. He will be in the number 42 Super Late Model coming up next. Retzlaff, Tuckness make their way back to the Rocket Racing Setups restart zone out of turn number 4. 2 in of 30. Caution laps do not count. 28 remain. We're back to green. Now make it 27 as the field goes to speed back into turn number 1 on the restart.
And these Legends cars get up to speed pretty quick around this little tiny racetrack. I mean, it's a pretty big track for these guys, but, you know, pretty short coursey racetrack for what you'll see later on for the super late models. But as you see the field spreading out here within the first couple of laps, got a couple of battles going on the back. Guys 3 wide, looking to maybe make it 4 wide as you ride on board out the back of the Payne mobile as he rides currently up in the 3rd position, that number 18. He started towards the front. He's been able to hold on through the first corner as you see the 71 now of Hinder trying to make a move to the inside as he's going to show his nose into 1 and 2.
Yeah, that onboard camera brought to you by Swag again as these drivers work on another lap here. 5 of 30. Trouble.
Oh, we got trouble
Front straightaway. On the back stretch, a couple of cars have got together. 2 or 3 have collected. Swag yellow flag. Caution out for a 2-car accident involving King Brill. And here's your Swag replay. We'll find out what happened here. Why we're under caution for the 2nd time here at Myrtle Beach in this 30-lap feature. Brett rolls.
Yeah, we've had a lot of action going on early on. As you see some heavy contact almost.
That's Jeffrey Wallace at 99.
And, you know, it's interesting to see that, Wesley, with everybody being as spread out as they are, racing 3 wide. I'm surprised more cars haven't gotten collected in these self-spinners and, you know, just cars getting loose coming off the corner.
So there's a caution. We'll reset the field. Back with more in a moment on LSR TV, the Fall Brawl on Myrtle Beach.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, still working caution flag laps here in this 5 of 30 for the On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl. Currently under the yellow flag of the Myrtle Beach Speedway after an accident a couple of times involving multi-cars for the Legends. And still, Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, leading the way in that number 2. Honestly, Brett, just a really strong contender. You know, we think of the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. We think of the domination that Garrett Maines has. We think of, like, Blake Majulis, or what he does in dirt racing. By the way, dirt coming to Swag on a Swag Dirt Late Model Series coming up on October the 13th on LSR TV. Basically, the same thing can be said about what Retzlaff is doing with this series.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I've only raced with Retzlaff once, and that was in the Martinsville E300, and, you know, barring that little bit of incidents that he had at the end of the race, dude was just putting on a clinic. I mean, he was pulling away from guys like Garrett Maines and, some other guys a part of the Sadler Esports team. As we're getting ready to go back green flag race, and is Retzlaff going to be on the loud pedal? You see the jump that he's able to get over the field. He's going into turns 1 and 2 with just about maybe a 3 to 4 car length lead, and look at how much it grows already. So Parker Retzlaff, definitely probably
back under caution.
I'm not sure they had a very...
it's Campbell.
The heat race winner, the 16 of Campbell, going to have a little bit of hard luck here early on in the race.
Here's a replay. The 16, the man that started this race in 11th by virtue of winning his heat race earlier tonight, caught up in an accident. Woo! Got a little contact there with that 96 car. It kind of helped him slip sliding away here at the beaches of Myrtle.
Yeah, looks like two drivers just going for the same little bit of real estate on the racetrack, and it not really paying out in the favor of that 16 of Campbell, as he's going to...
David Trumbley there.
16 of Campbell now going to have to fall to the back of this field and have to work his way back to the front, as he definitely was looking fast in his heat race, as he was making a little bit of progress here in the feature, just having a little bit of trouble there.
There is points for this series. And while we have a break in the action under caution, let's give you your point standings currently right now. Tyler Payne is actually leading the points over Eric Steele, 84-72. 69 points is David Pullins. He's also All-Star race eligible. Rookie driver David Warrens is currently fourth in the standings with 68 points. 66 points. Fifth is Daniel Hinder. Then it's going to be Eric Warden 7th, 61 back tied with Jeffrey Wallace in 8th. William Klingbill and Kevin Blackburn also tied in the top 10. So there you go. That is the current point standings for the On the Rail Paint Shops Fall Brawl tonight here at Myrtle Beach. Super late models coming up next, and Daniel Hinder will try to continue his quest for a championship in the points lead currently as well. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. Go ahead, bud. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I was going to let the viewers know, stick around for that super late model race. If you guys think Retzlaff is impressive in this legend car right now, you've got to see him in a late model. We ran the crate late models at the E. Martinsville 300, and like I said, he was putting on a clinic against guys like Garrett Maines and the Sadler Esports teams. Retzlaff in a late model on asphalt, it is definitely a sight to see, so you guys aren't going to want to miss that, as it's going to be a lot of good action.
Going to make their way with the lights off for the pace truck. Next time around, they'll come to green.
Looks like we're going to go single file on this restart. I think race admin's trying to give everybody a little bit of space and get some green flag racing in here.
So it will be a single file when they come back to the Rocket Racing Setups restart box here at Myrtle Beach off of turn number 4. Ready to come back to the line, Parker Retzlaff, and he has pulled away from everybody again. Back to green flag. And you see him as they work their way into 1 and 2. Tuckness, Payne, Hinder, Pullins, top 5. Tyler Payne, as I mentioned, currently the points leader. Now sitting there in 3rd spot, riding on board now with Payne, as he now gets passed by Hinder for 3rd, the super late model points leader, making a move there to the inside, back to turn 1.
Yeah, Hinder was showing a lot of strength, as I think he was able to get around the 33 of Pullins and Payne on the outside of the racetrack. So if that is the case, the 71 car definitely has some strength, and is just going to be interesting to see him now as you ride on board with him as he comes down across the stripe. You see just how much that gap is closing on Tuckness in front of him, ever so slightly. So keep your eye on that 71 car, as he looks to have a hot rod underneath him as he tries to get up here and battle with the likes of Retzlaff and Tuckness.
Retzlaff, Tuckness, Hinder, Pullins, Payne, top 5. Warden, Klingbill, Warrens, Wallace, Steele, top 10. Kopp, Brown, Trumbley, Campbell. Moon is out. Coming up on halfway. Ooh, got about 1/3 of the way through right now. 20 laps to go. When they come back to the line, it is Retzlaff leading. And there is that number 7 there. The 71 of Hinder. Getting some company now by Pullins, trying to close in on him to make a run for that spot. That is 4th, 3rd, and 4th down the back straightaway.
Pullins has had that number 33 car rocking and rolling as he's been able to slowly close the gap on that number 71 in front of him. So we have some really fast cars here towards the front of the speedway. If we have another caution and go back double file, it's going to be a barn burner to see these 4 duke it out. As you see, everybody pretty much keeping about the same space, not really gaining or losing on the car in front of them. And as I say that, Pullins going to go a little bit high and back straightaway and give up a little bit of ground to that 71 car. So inside 20 to go, keep your eye out as you're going to see drivers start to maybe start to push the car a little bit more than what they got to try to make up some ground, as you see Retzlaff out to a 1.3 second lead already.
Coming up on halfway here in a couple of more laps as well, as they'll work their way back down the front straightaway. And a good performance so far by the driver, Parker Retzlaff. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Retzlaff, toughness, Hinder, Pullins, Payne, top 5. We got a caution going around the 99, Jeffrey Wallace. Oh, a couple of cars involved. Moon's caught up in it in the 8 car. Another car also involved. Looks like Campbell also involved in the 16 JBL audio entry. Let's take a look at the swag replay. We'll find out what happened. Coming off turn 4, Brett Rolls.
It looks like he comes down the front straightaway. You have a car get loose in front of him.
Moon was coming back on the track. Oh, no.
You see the 99 of Wallace just get loose and the 16 of Campbell having nowhere to go, and Moon collecting into the back of Campbell.
It looked like Moon, didn't we say Moon was out and then he comes back on the racetrack? I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, he's back on the racetrack. There he is right there. Look at this. Oh, there's contact. Woo, Johnson. And there's Moon. He plows into the back of the 16. The blue car kind of got caught up in it from the get-go.
Yeah, it looks like the 99 car just got a little bit loose coming off of turn 4. Tried to come down a little bit to keep it out of the wall and just caught the nose, I believe, of that number 40, the blue car that you mentioned in the back.
Yeah, I want to say he got the 22 of Matthew Kopp. The 22 of Matthew Kopp there. So, we're under caution. Quick break. Second half of the Legends. More for the Fall Brawl. LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Friday nights. Back with more in a moment.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
Welcome back to Myrtle Beach. Getting ready for the restart. 17 remaining. It'll be 16 to go when they come back to the Rocket Racing Setups restart zone out of turn number 4. Ready for the restart. Parker Retzlaff out in front. Powers away from everyone Tuckness and more. Hinder now going back to second, looking on the inside for that spot in turn number 2.
Yeah, like I said just before the caution, if we got back double file, this is going to be a barn burner before the top 4 cars. As it looks like Tuckness having a little bit of a problem that's going to allow Pullins to get around him as well, as he's trying to get the outside of the speedway to work now. Not sure if something happened to him there on the start, but he's going to fall back to P4 now, as I see a little bit of smoke towards the back of the field. I'm not sure if we had one going around or just a little bit of tire smoke.
Got some tire smoke there as the field comes back around to halfway. This time by Retzlaff, Pullins, Hinder, and now Tuckness going back, trying to make a move as they go into the corner. Look at this nice 4-car battle for second heating up.
And you saw that 3 wide that I had mentioned there just for a slight bit as Tuckness threw it down on the bottom. He was trying to get the nose underneath both Pullins and Hinder, as he's only going to be able to pick up that 3rd spot. But now the 71 trying to battle back underneath him, as the 71 of Hinder's been really good on the bottom side of the racetrack, as it looks like he had just gotten caught up on the high side when Tuckness came around. But look at the run that the 94 is able to get on entry. He's able to just keep it driving in there just a little bit deeper than the 71 and keep that momentum going.
See what he can do now as the time is running out. Second half of the race underway. Daniel Hinder getting ready to bring the super late model field on the track, as he is the points leader for that group. And right now everyone running down, the man out in front, Parker Retzlaff. Out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, the number 2 Legends car, sponsored by Ponzi Eco Tracks, Log and Load for Kids. Pullins will now go to the 2nd spot. Let's see what Pullins can do now with that number 33 machine. Pullins looks really, really strong.
And you see the gap that Retzlaff has already been able to open up over this field, as he's already out to a 1.5 second lead yet again. So Retzlaff really showing that he is the class of this Legends field tonight as we come around. Just 10 to go this time, as we'll have 9 to go this time by for Retzlaff and Myrtle Beach Speedway. So the Legend cars ticking off laps pretty quick here tonight, Wesley.
Couple of caution flags, not anything serious to delay the show, if you will. As this race continues on with Retzlaff, Pullins, Hinder in 3rd spot, Tuckness 4th, Payne in 5th. There's the points man leader and the number 18. Having himself a good run right now. Under 10 laps to go, 8 remaining. As Retzlaff picking him up and putting him down. Clean air in front of the number 2. Nice opportunity to try to look at sweeping the weekend again. You're riding on board thanks to Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics. Number 1 position driver, Retzlaff, back to turn 1 and 7 to go here at the beach.
And you see just how smooth Retzlaff is through these corners as you ride on board with that number 2 with the Swag on board camera here. And just not a lot of, wheel jerk, smooth transition through the corners, slight slow wheel movements. He's not trying to overdrive the car at all. He's just out here, putting on a clinic like he's out for a Sunday drive.
Retzlaff, Pullins, Hinder, Tuckness, Payne, top 5. They're getting ready to come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. There's Hinder sitting there in 3rd spot, ready to try to make a move on Pullins if he can. To the line, open hand from your flagman. 5 remaining here at the beach, and Retzlaff, again in his own little world, nobody can catch him. The interval is almost 1.7 seconds. Pullins, Hinder, 2.149 back and growing for Hinder as they work their way off of turn 4, and 4 laps to go here at Myrtle Beach for the Legend cars.
Pullins got a little loose and stacked the field up there right in front of Hinder as the 71 car able to get by for 2nd, and the 94 Tuckness able to get by for 3rd. But the 33 of Pullins able to get that car gathered up real quick as he's fighting against the 18 of Payne now for that 4th position.
So the on-rails Payne Fall Brawl coming down to the final laps here in round 4 tonight from Myrtle Beach. 3 laps to go. Retzlaff still leading the way. Nice battle there behind Hinder with Pullins and Tuckness all in this mix with lap cars to boot. Coming to the line, 2 remaining here. Myrtle Beach, time running out for anybody to run after Retzlaff there, Brett.
Yeah, I believe Retzlaff has pretty much got this race wrapped up, minus a little bit of an incident or something like that. As he's pretty much in a different area code right now, out to a 3-second advantage over the rest of this field. As he's going to come out of turn number 4, the white flag going to be displayed. We have one more lap to go. The swag white flag in the air.
Swag 1 to go, and the man out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, who swept Nashville last week in round 3, trying to do the same thing here in round number 4. Works his way through turns 3, off of turn 4, to the checkered flag. Parker Retzlaff wins again for the On Rails Paintball Brawl Legends feature here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Second spot to Daniel Hinder. Looks like Tuckness will come back and get third. David Pullins actually going to come back to get third spot as the rest of the field coming across the start-finish line. Tyler Payne, a good point stay. Tuckness, all these drivers there finishing out. So real quickly, congratulations, Parker Retzlaff. Let's take a look at the unofficial results for the Legend Cars here at Myrtle Beach Speedway as Parker Retzlaff begins the celebration here. Parker Retzlaff again the winner. Daniel Hinder will finish in second. 2.9 seconds back, almost 3 seconds Retzlaff had over the field in second. David Pullins will finish third. Tyler Payne is fourth in the 18. Jonathan Tuckness fifth. Klingbill will finish in sixth position. Eric Still seventh. Dennis Warrens will finish eighth. Eric Warden ninth, and David Trumbley will round out the top 10.
Just outside your top 10 is going to be the number 5 car of Luke Brown's, bringing home P11. The 16 car that you saw win the opening heat race early tonight to get into the feature, he's going to come home in that 12th position. 13th is going to be the 99 of Jeffrey Wallace. Number 22 of Matthew Kopp going to bring home the 14th position, and the final spot in the field tonight is going to go to that 8 car Gregory Moon, who you saw have some early troubles and got caught up in a couple of cautions here tonight.
And by the way, drivers like Kevin Blackburn, Joseph Ralph, Christopher Woodard, and Mackenzie Galaja were unable to start in the feature race because by virtue of not transferring through the heat. When we come back, we will talk to Parker Retzlaff as we get ready for the super late models now in part 2 of round 4. On the Rails Paintball Brawl continues on your home for sim racing LSR TV from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway in South Carolina in just a moment. Welcome back to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It is LSR TV coverage of the Clan War Servers post-race wrap-up for the Legend cars. We're going to talk to our top 3 finishers when it's all said and done. Parker Retzlaff again getting a big win in the number 2 machine. David Pullins finishes in 3rd. Brett Rolls is with him right now.
David Pullins, you were running really well. You were up inside the top 3 for the majority of the race. You caught a little, it looked like you got a little loose coming up the turn 4 there, right in front of Daniel Hinder and the rest of the field. You know, what was on your mind there towards the end of the race here? Was it more so like tire wear, or was this just, you know, one of those racetracks where, you know, to keep the momentum up, you got to really, you know, get on the throttle early again to get back through the corner?
Well, I honestly I didn't get enough practice coming into it, so I messed up my qualifying laps, started a little bit back, and then at the beginning there we got all bunched up and I fell back further, but felt good once we got going and could start running the line, and finally got some clean racetrack, and I was just trying to push. I knew I wasn't going to catch Parker, but I was trying to push just to try to get a hang of it and get some speed out of the car to see what I'm missing on Parker there. Then I popped the inside wall up off of 4, got a little bit loose, and almost cost me 3 or 4 spots there.
All right, we're going to hand the mic back to you one more time so you can go and get the late model ready for tonight's late model portion of the event.
All right, man. So there's 3rd place for David Pullins. Good job for you, man. We're going to talk to the driver, Daniel Hinder, here in just real quickly, finishing in the number 2 position real fast. We're going to make this quick. Daniel Hinder, good job, bud. 2nd place. What's your talks to the race?
Yep, that was we're having technical difficulties over here. But yeah, that was a good, clean race for me.
User was moved out of your channel.
I feel like Parker kind of walked away, and yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but we're definitely gonna have to figure it out.
Definitely got things figured out for sure, bud. You are the points leader for the Super Late Model, so we'll let you get ready to go. We'll holler at you here in a bit.
10-4, thank you much.
That is Daniel Hinder. Again, that man will finish in the 2nd position. And finally, to victory lane we go at Rhinelander, Wisconsin. It is Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff, you're trying to sweep Nashville here tonight at Myrtle Beach like you did last week. Good job for you in the Legends.
Yeah, I mean, we're off to a good start, and that's the plan, is to go into the Super Race and try and sweep the night like we did last week. But I think if we can get a clean race in and just qualify on the pole, which is my goal, and get out to the lead, I think we can do it.
Brett, one quick question for our winner of the Legends, Parker Retzlaff.
Parker, you know, I ran against you at the Martinsville E300 with the crate late models. You think you're going to be able to get it done tonight with the super late models and try to go after this points lead?
I mean, yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable in the Super. I feel like I can get it done if everything goes right, but I like the Super Lights a lot more than the late model stocks.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go. Congratulations. Thank your sponsors real quick on that number 2 and get the 42 Super ready.
Ponzi, EcoTrax, Iron Horse Loggers, Logwood for Kids. My parents for always supporting me if I do sim racing or real racing, and you guys for putting all this on.
From Rhinelander, Wisconsin, he does it again, trying to sweep the weekend like he did at Nashville last week in round 3. That is your Legends car winner tonight, Mr. Parker Retzlaff. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Super Late Models on track here at Myrtle Beach Speedway on LSR TV as we continue coverage of the On Rails Paints Fall Brawl.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead.
He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. This is round number 4 of the super late models for On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl. Presented by Swag on your home for sim racing LSR TV. We're at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Though dormant now, just recently closing a couple of months ago, the virtual roar will continue here, and that's what's happening tonight. It is throwback night on the 5/8 mile. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Brett Rolls in the production chair, executive producer from the Lone Star State of Texas. At the headquarters of 52 Media LLC is Charles Wooten. Let's take a look at the weather conditions as we get ready to go here at Myrtle Beach for the super late models. Oh, it's a nice fall night. Perfect weather. 67 degrees, a nice wind blowing around 8, 9, 10 miles per hour and climbing. And track temp just a tick 3 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature.
Yeah, we got a nice little chill through the air with that 8-mile-an-hour winds tonight, Wesley. As things have cooled off definitely a little bit from when we had the Legends on the track now for super late model time. As you see a bunch of drivers out there now trying to get some last-minute adjustments made in, as it looks like, continuing on from the Legends, Retzlaff going to hold off the top spot so far in practice as we're getting ready to go qualifying.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look at the race information for tonight for this event. It's presented by RaceOnTexas.com. By the way, enjoy coverage of a $15,000 to win hobby stock event and the 7th annual Race on Texas, the Lone Star 600. RaceOnTexas.com. Check it out. 2-lap qualifying about to get underway. And then you have a 75-lap race around the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Let's introduce them now on the Speedway. Kicking things off in car number 25. That's going to be Travis Hoffler. Travis Hoffler on the Speedway, the number 25 entry. The super late models ready to qualify. And he will be the man to set the bar now. Travis Hoffler out of Spring Hill, Florida. Hoffler Race Cars, BK Paints entry number 25.
As you see him coming around now across the stripe, that first time is going to be an 18.896. So Travis Hoffler out to a very good jump as you see him rolling through the corner now as he gets that front end of that super late model dip down as he comes down to make a slight lower lap. Is it's going to be an 18.9 on that second lap.
18.896 will set the bar there for Travis Hoffler. Here comes Bladen Edwards in the number 72 machine. He comes to us out of Pensacola, Florida, and he is fighting that car on the back straightaway, Brett.
Yeah, Bladen Edwards looking to possibly have a better luck tonight in the super late models, as this is probably the closest track that he has to his house on the iRacing service, as he's going to come down and put an 18.739 that's currently going to put him 4th on the charts. And now you see the man who has been absolutely on fire last week going back-to-back in the Legends and the super lates, and he's looking to do it again here tonight with the Legends already locked down. Parker Retzlaff in that number 19 machine.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do in the Ponce Eco Tracks Laga Load for Kids entry number 42, the Rhinelander, Wisconsin native, who again swept Nashville, just won the Legends, and now trying to win here in the super late models. As right now, J.J. Jensen the third, not anymore. Retzlaff to the top of the board. Jensen was at one point at the top, but now he's been bumped in the number 02. And Retzlaff again picking right up where he left off here. Here comes Robert Warrens in car number 95. He's ready to qualify. Of course, Robert Warrens out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the All or Nothing Brew House, Warrens Racing number 95 car.
You just see him roll through turns 3 and 4. That 95 going to come down and put an 18.956 that time around the board. So his fast time is going to be an 18.8, as it looks like Parker Retzlaff going to be well over that 1/10 of a second advantage, as here comes your current points leader right now, that number 20 machine of Daniel Hinder, coming off a top 3 finish in the Legends earlier just a few moments ago, trying to ride some momentum and extend that points lead here tonight at Myrtle Beach with the super late models.
Right you are, Daniel Hinder. Here he comes. On course now. We'll see what he can do. And by the way, this is, as I said, throwback night. So a lot of cars having special throwback colors. And here he goes, 18,808 on lap number 1 in the number 20 machine. He drives a 71 for the Legends, the 20 for the super late models. And Daniel Hinder not happy with his car. He will end it on lap number 2. He's at least in the top 10 to make it into qualifying. Nice, interesting looking car here, number 24. Matthew Monick on the speedway. Clock running down in qualifying.
The number 24 car looking to make his solid efforts, as it looks like he might be having a slight bit of an issue as he's pulling back down to the pit lane here, Wesley.
Yeah. Problems for Matthew Monick, so he will end up with no time for him as well, as the laps or the time is quickly expiring. You got to be able to make something happen. You better do it right now because the clock is about to go to 0 here.
Well, it looks like Jeffrey Wallace having some issues on pit lane as he is just sitting there.
Yeah.
He hasn't come out to make his qualifying efforts yet, and we only got about 13 seconds left.
Yeah, got the purple car, got people pizza. Purple car, the 99, Jeffrey Wallace, Woodard, Monix, Galaja, not taking time. 21 cars signed in here. Qualifying is officially over. Heat racing, we're going to lock in the top 10. Retzlaff, Collins, Jensen, Pullins, Payne, all these guys will go into the show. As we also mentioned, everybody 10 locked in from qualifying. They changed scoring on me too quickly. They are locking into the show. Everyone else will have to go to the back for a 10-lap heat race. 1 heat race, 10 laps, caution laps count. Let's introduce the lineup for you. I don't think that's correct. There we go. Let's give him the starting lineup here, ready to go now. That's row 8. We're working on getting the lineup ready, folks. Just give us a second. Third time's a charm. Come on. All right. Let's go here now on the pole. It's going to be the number 25, Travis Hoffler, in the Porter Cable entry. I always think of Mike Garvey back and see those colors. He is outside the 88 of Jeffrey Eddy. That'll be row number 1.
And I'm having a little bit of issues getting my scoring and timing up right now as well.
Row number 2 is going to be the 22 of Matthew Kopp in the number 3rd position, followed by the number 35 of Joseph Ralph. Moving on to row number 3. It's going to be Eric Still in 32, Dennis Warrens in the 90. Row 4 will find Gregory Moon and Christopher Woodard in the 15. Then it's going to be Matthew Monick and Jeffrey Wallace in the back. Another car at the tail, and that will be Mackenzie Galaja. There's your lineup there for the drivers. Ready to go here in a moment. You've met the drivers. The field has been introduced. And we'll get ready to try this again here, Brett. 10 laps. Top 5 will only transfer.
So the same thing that you saw in the Legends race, you're going to see again here for the super late models, as it's going to be a lot less room to race with out here, as you see just how much bigger these super late models are compared to those tiny Legends. So, you know, you thought that action was going to be hot and contested before. You just wait to see how these super late models get around this Myrtle Beach Speedway.
Ready for the nightcap of the On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl. On LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Man, look at that bright green car. Look at that. That's Jeffrey Eddy's car.
It definitely sticks out. You know, you're going to definitely see him coming in that rearview mirror. I like
definitely unique.
I like the throwback to the mellow yellow car back there on that number 35 machine sitting outside row number 2 as well.
Yeah, man, I think of Days of Thunder when I see that car, man. Come on, I want to drive fast.
I wonder if he's got them special match tires out there for him.
Those tires are matched, perfect, and staggered special. If you go to the outside, you can't hold it. Some of the famous quotes from the movie Days of Thunder. One of the best. Ready for the start. He's driving that cold trickle throwback of the movie back in 1990. Here they come at a turn of 4, ready to come to the Rocket Racing setups. Fire and box green in the air. We're underway. Heat racing action. We're taking 5 on the jump. The 5 car. Hoffler on. He's over Eddie in turn 2. We're underway.
Looked like there may have been a slight bit of contact. We got some heavy contact in the back. As it looks like, I believe
32 zig when he should have zagged on that play, and it collected the pack. Eric Steele, a bunch of other cars collected. And here's a look at the replay presented by Swag.
As you see them take the green flag here, they're going to come down through turns 1 and 2. You see Eric Steele there on the bottom, as there's a one car getting a little loose.
Wow,
tag.
that was, yeah.
And you see the run that he gets out of the corner, and he's just going to throw it deep and sell it cheap. And it's going to stack up the remaining second half of this field here tonight.
Jeffrey Johnson got collected. Steele gets collected. The 35 is collected.
I mean, I don't know if that technically counts as that announcer's curse there, Wesley, because, I mean, we didn't do our picks to win or anything like that, but we were just talking about him a little bit, and then the 35 goes out there and gets caught up in a caution. So I don't know if we can call that the announcer's curse or not.
It's not. I didn't say he was going to win.
As you see that.
Hey, that's a throwback to even when that car actually used to race at Myrtle Beach Speedway. I remember watching that car race at Myrtle Beach and Concord and Southern National and East Carolina Motor Speedway. Guess who drove that car? Dale Earnhardt Jr. from Kannapolis, North Carolina. The Mom and Pop's Sundrop number 3 car. Who you got? Mellow Yellow or Sundrop? What drink is better? They call me Mellow Yellow. Our producer said he's going with Surge Brett Rolls.
Hey, I may be turning 25.
I know you're going with Dr. Pepper.
No, definitely not Dr. Pepper. If we go Dr. Pepper flavor, I'm definitely going the better Dr. Pepper, and that's Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb. Well, one thing out in front, the 25 car, Travis Hoffler leading the way over Mike Eddy. Look at that bright green number 88 car. Now that is just bright colors.
Yeah, that's definitely bright, Wesley. Like I said earlier, you're definitely you're gonna see him coming up into your back bumper if you're that number 25 of Hoffler out front.
For sure. So Travis Hoffler, the man out in front, Mike Eddy in second spot. Sitting in third, the 22 car, multi-car accident. Honestly, in 2 different parts of the spectrum of the racetrack. Matthew Kopp, J.J. Jensen, and Joseph Ralph currently in 4th. We'll get ready to come back for the restart here next time by. The lights are off on the pace truck. On the rail, paints fall brawl. Round 4, the nightcap super late models at Myrtle Beach. This is the heat race. Top 5 transfer. Into 3 and 4, back inside the Rocket Racing Setups restart zone. Out of the corner. Hoffler, Eddy, side by side, pounds the gas. He's gone like a thief for the night. Look at him. 25 checking out, back into 1.
Oh, as we see a little bit of a bump and run. Little bit of a bump and run there by the 22 of, I believe that's Moniak, as you see him just get a little bit into the back bumper there and send him around. It's going to stack the field up just a little bit, and that's going to move the Sundrop number 30, or the Mellow Yellow number 35 of Ralph up to the 2nd spot. So as you see right now, the Mellow Yellow car and the Sundrop car are inside the top 5. They both hold transfer spots.
Fighting for it, 3 to go. Here they come to the line, and 2 laps remaining here in the heat race. Out in front, it's Hoffler. Look at this battle. Sliding, moving around. Sundrop took out Mellow Yellow. Ralph in the spin cycle. Yellow flag. And it'll be a green-white checker shootout coming up here. Well. Some people just don't like Mellow Yellow. And I guess the number 3 of Gregory Moon is one of them. Watch this. Got to the left rear. Correction. Yep, there he is. Woo!
It's pretty interesting to me to see how he was able to get to that left rear, because you saw him coming down the straightaway and he was fighting the wheel coming into the corner. It looked like he got a little bit checked up, had to get up on the high side, and the fact that he was able to ride that momentum through the corner and even be able to get to that 35's back bumper. Keep your eye on that number 3 car, as it looks like he's definitely got something figured out on that Sundrop number 3.
Couple of Danny Sullivans and he's back in business. And it looks like Race Control has actually has put the 35 to the tail for rough driving. And the 3 car has also been put to the tail. So the 35 of Joseph Ralph and the 3 of Gregory Moon, both of the citrus-flavored super late model virtual cars, have been put to the tail end of the field.
It's going to cause a lot of drama here with this green-white checkered finish that we're going to have. As you see them, just outside of a top 5 spot. Again, only the top 5 are going to transfer into tonight's 75-lap feature. And it looks like they're sitting back about maybe 7th or 8th, so they only have a couple of cars in front of them to get back into a transfer spot, Wesley. I wouldn't be surprised to see both of those drivers maybe, try to throw it deep, sell it cheap, and just go bonsai to the bottom like we saw that initial caution, and, try to maybe, rub a little bit of fenders to get back to that transfer spot.
For many a Saturday night, I announce races in this press box at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Right below that window, right there, that second window. And they have just announced recently that they tore it. The track was not going to be reopened again. It's tore down, and it's a special place for me, not only with the racetrack announcing there, but even as a kid. One of the coolest things I always remember was my dad taking me to the Myrtle Beach 400, the true Myrtle Beach 400, when it used to be the NASCAR All-Pro Series, and seeing drivers like Bobby Gill and Steven Christian and Jody Ridley and Mike Garvey and Derek Gilchrist. Just some of the popular names, Matt Kenseth, building their names into their legacies of what they have today. And it's kind of sad to see Myrtle Beach Speedway go, but of course, again, luckily, iRacing was able to make a virtual copy of this place, and hopefully iRacing will be able to make a lot of virtual memories, and a lot of people can be able to do that, just like we're doing here tonight at the Fall Brawl, Brett.
Yeah, I know there was definitely a lot of people not happy to see Myrtle Beach on the chopping block in the real world. As we're gonna, get the best that we can and cherish the memories that we've had there, and hope, like you said, hopefully make a whole lot more virtually at iRacing expenses. We're gonna have the green flag back out as we roll through turns 1 and 2. You see that 35 Ralph wasting very little time in that mellow yellow car, as he's already back up to the 7th position, working on 6th. So
coming to the white flag, swag 1 to go here in heat race number 1, the only heat race. And here comes Pontiac on the inside, throws a hustle down in there, down on the driver, Travis Hoffler. Hoffler back up track. Here comes Steele. He'll move to 2nd. Checkered flag, and it's going to be Pontiac getting it done. What a job there in the 24 car. Still 2nd, Hoffler 3rd, Wallace. And like you said there, he had to send it off the back straightaway. He did just that in the 24 car on the leader of the longest time, Travis Hoffler there, Brett.
Yeah, and they've always said, rubbing is racing. It almost looked like a little bit of a, kind of like a side-by-side bump and run, if you will. Wesley come up, gave him a little bit of a tap on that left side, got that car a little sideways. He had to chase it up the track, keep it straight, and he just drove underneath him going into turn 3 and 4.
Quick break. When we come back, warm up on track now. We'll introduce the starting lineup for the 75-lap Super Late Model feature. It's all part of the On the Rail Paint Shop Fall Brawl. Your home for sim racing. LSR TV Virtual Myrtle Beach returns in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
There's a lot of esports leagues in iRacing, but there's nothing like swag. Special events, series sanctioning. The Simulation World Auto Group Swag is excited for you to become a member and join our team. Weekly competition includes Stadium Super Trucks, the Outlaw Super Late Model Series, the Short Track Cup All-Star Challenge, the Winter Heat during the winter months, and so much more. Special events and venues is also throughout the year. We want you to be a part of the team. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by looking up Swag Esports Racing and jump on board with the Shark. Big money, fun times. We want you to be a part of what is the new Simulation World Auto Group. All the details again on Swag Racing Esports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you at the virtual tracks across the world. And if not, follow broadcast coverage on LSR TV, the weekly racer in CRN Sports. Back here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, practice is about to wrap up for the drivers of the on-rail paints fall brawl. The super late models getting ready to go here on LSR TV. 75 laps, the main event, as the field gets those final last licks in for warming up. And we'll get ready to introduce the field. Real quickly, let's take a look at the weather conditions as we get ready for this feature race. What is it looking like? Woo, almost dead even. It ain't changed any there, Brett.
Yeah, not a lot of change. It looks like track temp has maybe gone up maybe a couple of degrees, but the overall temperature and wind speed stays just about overly the same. So it's going to be interesting to see, just exactly how much this is going to change over the course of 75 laps versus, a qualifying session and a quick heat race.
The On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl Super Late Model Round 4 at Myrtle Beach, ready to go. Here's your starting lineup. Of course, he's ready to go again in that number 42 machine. Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. He'll be on the pole. Dominating performance, trying to sweep it again, just like he did at Nashville. Here at Myrtle Beach to his outside, 21, Dalton Collins. That is row 1.
Starting inside row number 2 is going to be the 02 of J.J. Jensen III. And outside of him in the number 33 car is going to be David Pullins.
Moving on to row number 3. Tyler Payne, the Legends points leader, will start 5th. Starting 6th, the 72 from Pensacola, Florida, Bladen Edwards.
Starting inside row number 4 is going to be the points leader of the series, the number 20 of Daniel Hinder. And to his outside is going to be the 95 of Robert Warrens.
Row number 5, starting 9th and 10th, the 80, Cody Moorcroft, and Pete Pellini in the 51. That's your top 10.
Just outside the top 10 is going to be the 25 of Travis Hoffler and the 88 of Jeffrey Eddy.
Those are your heat race top 5, by the way. Row number 7 will find Matthew Kopp in 22, Joseph Ralph in 35, and final starter is going to be Eric Steele in the 32. Dennis Warrens was an alternate if need be. Unfortunately, all 15 drivers have rang the bell. 75 laps, lights are off for the pace car. All right, real quickly in 10 seconds, Brent, what do you think we're going to see different from the Supers from the Legends?
I think you're going to see a lot more high action, a lot of more aggressive driving through the second portion of this race. You do have a lot more laps than you did in the Legends, but you also have a lot more car space as well. So I don't think we'll see much 3 and 4 wide racing like we did in the Legends, but a lot of side-by-side action.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Here they come to the Rocket Racing Setups Firebox. Green is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, super time at Myrtle Beach. You have a race. On the jump, it's Retzlaff. He'll pull away over Collins. And look at Jensen's car. Throw back to Bobby Allison, if you will. Remember the Miller Life days? Look at that nice-looking machine. He's in 3rd.
As you see Parker Retzlaff trying to get out to a quick advantage, but the 21 of Collins hot on his tail, not letting him get away like you saw the jump in the Legends car that he was able to get. It looks like we're going to have 3 cars under a blanket for that 3rd spot. Everybody nose to tail as the field's starting to single file out. A couple of drivers making some moves towards the back of the pack, but it looks like the top 5 is ready to just file out and log some laps.
And by the way, sadly, our soda cars are not in the field. Retzlaff, Collins, Jensen, Pullins, Payne, top 5 underway. They're right now single file. Everybody running after Retzlaff. And just like we said about Nashville last week with Brandon Gagnon in the booth, Brett, the same can be said here about Myrtle Beach. 5/8 of a mile, but you can knock off these laps very, very fast.
Yeah, as you can see as you go on board here, the swag onboard camera with the 21 of Collins riding in 2nd behind Retzlaff. Yeah, it's not very tight corners like you see on some of these asphalt tracks that these guys come to. It's very sweeping corners. You can, keep on the throttle a little bit. You don't have to back out and use the brakes as much. There's a little bit of brake action, but for the most part, you just get that front end to settle back down, and you can pretty much let the car roll through the corner here, which allows you to keep them RPMs up and carry a lot more speed and a lot more average lap time.
Back off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. As there you see Jensen closing in on Collins. Collins is in that spot, the 95 there as well. Warrens. We see these drivers work their way around the racetrack. Another lap of the board. Retzlaff still out in front. There he is. Retzlaff, Collins, Jensen, 1, 2, and 3 as they work their way off turn 4. And for the most part, Retzlaff is not pulling away like he did in the Legend cars. And the points leader, I'm understanding, closing in on Daniel Hinder, possibly putting the 71 a lap down. There they are. They're closing in on him in a couple of more laps.
Yeah, I believe he may have had a little bit of an issue there on the initial start or within the first couple of laps. As he has lost a lot of time on this field. He's looking for a caution right now to try to maybe get back to that tail end of the field and be able to catch some of these positions back up. As right now we're going to have 65 laps remaining as we're only about 10 laps in. So, Hinder, being the points leader, he doesn't want to give up this much ground to guys like Retzlaff and Collins. He's definitely looking for a caution early on here, maybe as he's sitting just about 16 seconds back from the leader at this point.
And understanding that also Hinder came to the pits for about 11 seconds, something going on, trying to make an adjustment. He is still on the lead lap, but that will not last for long. He's on the tail end of the lead lap. And if we get a caution, he gets the free pass and we're back in business. But there you see the leader of Retzlaff, Collins, right behind him. By the way, scoring says Collins is in the 21 car. On the track, he's in 95. This is throwback night, so some of these drivers are driving special throwback schemes for this event here for the On the Rails Paints Fall Brawl that normally, Brett Rolls, they do not normally race during the regular season.
Yeah, like you said, not a lot of regular season looks and numbers out here tonight, as I think Collins, they're trying to channel his inner Lightning McQueen, because that number 95 is working really well for him tonight, as he is able to keep Retzlaff honest throughout the first 15 laps of this race. As you see him there, as you go on board, looking out the back of Retzlaff's car, as he draws right up to the back bumper on corner entry, and a very good corner that time by Collins, as he's able to stay right up on the bumper. He's going to go down to the inside. He's going to show the nose to Retzlaff into turns 1 and 2.
Can Collins, you say ka-chow?
Collins looking to make a race lead attempt here, as they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Collins digging on the bottom. Retzlaff trying to make it work on the top side. So far, he's able to make it work. Some slight contact between the two. This is typical late model racing at Myrtle Beach Speedway, ladies and gentlemen.
Late model racing at its finest, as Collins will clear Retzlaff for that spot. He has the new lead now. Lead change of the event, second car to lead. It is Retzlaff falling back to second, and now the 95 car, Collins in the lead. That's Dalton Collins in car number 21. Jensen sitting back in third. Payne is fourth. Pullins right now, your top 5. 18 in of 75. The super late models at the beach will go side by side, so you don't miss a thing. Back with more on LSR TV, your home for sim racing with coverage of On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
Back here at Myrtle Beach, and you saw the race on the upper right of your broadcast, side by side, so you don't miss a thing. Brett Rolls, Wesley Outland back here with you. Charles Wooten in the executive producer chair for LSR TV. Collins, Retzlaff, and Jensen leading the way. By the way, you saw the promo for the Lone Star 600. Race 1 underway right now. Gotta check that out. 300 laps. $25,000 to the winner. And guess what? Guess what, Brett? They'll turn around, they'll reset, they'll do it all over again tomorrow night. Lone Star 600.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a lot of patience to run that. I'm telling you, that race looks really fun. I wish I had the ability to put a car together for that. I think I'm going to do it next year, because that's definitely one of those races you just got to throw on your bucket list. I mean, if you saw the commercial there, how does that not look like absolutely just the biggest ball of fun to ever be a part of?
For sure. we're planning a race in the future at Eldora for the Lone Star 600 is what I've been told. Retzlaff right on board with him in second, presented by Swag. So tonight is throwback night. Let's throw back to the 88 of Eddie's car. Yes. So do you know who he's copying? Jeff Eddy's throwback is a throwback to the 7-time ASA national champion of Mike Eddy. His real scheme, one of Jeff's all-time favorites. Now, Mike Eddy is also famous for driving the black 88 car in ASA, but at one time there, Brett Rolls, he drove the green number 88 in the ASA circuit.
Oh, it looks like he's going to get a little bit of damage there to that hot green. I guess you'd call it like sort of like a lime green a little bit. But yeah, he's going to get a little bit of crumple there from the 25 of Hoffler as he was coming through.
Yes, sir. How about in front of him? Just mentioned Travis Hoffler, colors of Mike Garvey, back in the old days of the All-Pro Series and the number 25 Porter Cable entry. How about in front of him, another throwback color, the 99, a tribute car throwback to the late John Andretti, who recently passed away. By the way, cancer sucks. Jeffrey John Wallace is driving that car, which was his old NASCAR colors, in the 37 Little Caesars Kmart entry. And there you see in memory of John Andretti. At a young age, John Andretti was a friend of the family. He used to send us Christmas cards every year and birth announcements when they had kids. Over the years, we lost touch, but his passing was hard for my dad and me. John is a legend and is truly missed amongst the racing community. This throwback night is in memory of John Andretti. And that is Jeffrey Wallace driving that car. And again, some other drivers having throwback night. We mentioned the number 3 that is currently not in the race. Gregory Moon, who had the throwback car for Dale Earnhardt Sr. And again, my apologies, it was not Mike Garvey. I know at one time Mike Garvey drove the 25 or the Porter Cable car. He's actually got a throwback. Let's go back to the 25 Travis Hoffler. Travis Hoffler, he says that my throwback is none other than Florida racing legend Wayne Anderson. Why did I not think of Wayne Anderson? My apologies. Wayne Anderson was just a winner in about everything you could think of in the Southeast. 2 All-American 400s. He won the Snowball Derby. He even won at Myrtle Beach. New Smyrna Speed Weeks and so much more. Wayne was an instrumental part of Florida short track racing and a hero to many. So Travis Hoffler driving the Porter Cable number 25 for Wayne Anderson, his throwback. So there you go. Just some of the information on these guys and their throwback colors there, if you will.
As we're going to go back up front now, as you got a nice battle starting to form here for your race lead, as Parker Retzlaff has caught the back of Collins as he's starting to get to the back of the lap traffic there. As you see the points leader of Hinder and Eddie right in front of these guys. So hoping to be able to pick up some ground here is Parker Retzlaff, as they're going to put the 88 of Eddie a lap down. He's going to be the first one to fall victim to Collins. So as they get through lap traffic, Parker Retzlaff, you've noticed he backed off a little bit. He's going to just sit back, bide his time, and he's going to let Collins show him which way he should be going around these lap cars. As you know, you don't want to get caught up running too close behind somebody in lap traffic, as you see Retzlaff doing right now, just in case there's a little bit of a bottle up. It gives you just that little bit more advantage time to be able to, you know, change up your line or shoot a gap that you didn't see a second ago. So Retzlaff looking to possibly, you know, use the lap cars to his advantage, but as they get free of them, watch it and notice as he draws right back up to him, coming through turns 1 and 2. So Retzlaff losing a little bit more ground now to Collins as we open up to some clean air.
And by the way, we're just after halfway as well. 35 laps to go when they come to the start-finish line with Collins out in front. As again, Collins, Retzlaff, Jensen, Payne, Pollen, the top 5. Speaking of Payne, Let's show the number 18 car, Tyler Payne. He has a paint scheme for his ride as well in the number 18. There it is right there. 2 paint schemes originate from the historic Old Dominion Speedway in Manassas, Virginia. My Super Late model was a paint scheme by Oakle, ran in street stocks back in 2001. And of course, the legend car was ran from one of his favorite legends of the day, Stephen Ward. So again, some of these drivers having paint schemes, some of the cool things going on the racetrack is, again, just really cool to be able to do that. By the way, one more, Matt Moniak running his rookie season scheme back in his old racing days at Elkhart Indian Motorcycle Speedway. And again, Shady Bowl Speedway, my apologies, Elkhart was a sponsor. Shady Bowl Motor Speedway is where he used to race back in the day, and that is the throwback to the car number 24M of Matt Moniak. So there you go. And I think we got one more. Yeah, we do. Number 95, Dennis Warrens. We're going to show his car, not him, that's Collins. The 95 car, he is in 8th position right now. There it is. Matt Dennis Warrens just released his throwback scheme. It is back in tribute to his pops, Rick Warrens. He ran in the Canadian Vintage Modifieds from 2003 to 2008 in a Dodge Coupe back from 1937, Brett Rolls.
That's actually pretty interesting to see somebody take an old vintage coupe and be able to do that sort of in like the modern era. I like to see that. We see that a lot in the dirt side of things with our vintage class that we see, at least for our Northeast modified guys. I grew up on the big blocks and everything like that, and to see the old modified schemes with the Gremlin chassis and stuff like that it's just a sight for sore eyes. I mean, I prefer that kind of body style versus what we got now, but to see the vintage cars go out, it's kind of like watching this throwback race. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories to, what it was like, back in the day. And I'm sure for you, Wesley, being, an announcer down here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, seeing some of these skins on the virtual iRacing track right now, it really, it's got to bring back, memories to seeing, these cars race there in real life. You see right now, big news on the track, the 21 of Collins just put your points leader of Hinder a lap down. So right now your points leader finally fallen victim to the leader with about 25 laps to go.
And Matt Kopp also had a throwback color as well. And I believe we've got one more in the field that we have not mentioned, and that is Pete Pellini, currently in 7th position. Car number 51, look at that beautiful masterpiece. And he's doing it for his father, his dad. Having my dad, David Pellini's old hobby stock painted up for the throwback race. Wouldn't have ever had a chance at racing if not for him. And he was pretty damn good wheelman in his day. Looking forward to seeing all the throwback schemes this week. And there is again Pete Pellini throwing a tribute back to his father, David Pellini, as these drivers continue here on Throwback Night, round 4 of the on-rails paint fall brawl here on LSR TV. And for the most part, it's been clean and green. No problems whatsoever. Collins, Retzlaff, Jensen, Edwards, Pullins, the top 5. And those are the drivers that have dominated, if you will, here at Myrtle Beach. Collins getting around Retzlaff, and since then that 95 car is holding everybody at bay as he runs down Moniak in 24 back to turn 1.
Interesting thing to point out here also, Wesley, is the 20 car of Hinder, your points champion. He was at one point, he had fallen way back behind the field, and throughout the course of this race going green flag racing, and even though he is a lap down, he has battled himself all the way back to being 10th. So Hinder making some moves on the field even though he's a lap down. So keep an eye on him for every car that Collins laps. That's one more position that Hinder can pick up as you see him trying to keep up with the 21 of Collins, but he's also putting a lot of damage to that 19 of Retzlaff's gap between him and the leader as well.
20 to go, side by side. We'll take you to the checkered flag next on LSR TV for the Fall Brawl.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where we, you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Side by side, you saw it. We are under yellow flag. This will bunch the field with 14 laps to go, and it is involving Brett Rolls, the points leader of the series, Daniel Hinder in 71. And second place driver, Retzlaff as well, Parker Retzlaff. Watch this.
Yeah, as you see on your screen right now, the swag instant replay, Retzlaff going to try to go underneath him, and it looks like Hinder just going to come down a little bit. They're going to make some slight contact. I don't think it damaged Retzlaff's car as much as Hinder's car, as you saw him
I don't think it was intentional either. I don't think it was intentional. Let's run on board. Actually, let's go above the blimp view presented by All-American Pools. Watch this. It doesn't look to me, Brett, that you do a lot of dirt racing. It doesn't look like he kind of turned him. He just got up in the left rear, ran out of room, and that's what happened.
Yeah, it looks like Retzlaff was pretty much just about as low as it can go, and it looks like Hinder just came down the track a little bit, and they just made some slight contact. As we saw earlier on, looks like just two drivers going for the same bit of real estate. I know Retzlaff's probably not going to be the happiest now, just from a driver perspective, considering even though he is the points champion, Hinder was a lap car, and everybody knows, lead lap cars and lap cars, they get about as, they go along well together just like oil and water. So I guarantee you Retzlaff not too happy with Hinder right now, is, slight damage coming from that.
Yeah, just it looked to me like it was simply a racing deal. Caution laps do count here. We've had one caution stop this race, 11 laps to go. And again, we are ready to re-rack them and restack them here. Collins has been the dominated man so far. No serious damage, I believe, on the 42 of Parker Retzlaff, so he'll pull to the outside. And nobody is pitted either. How used up are these tires, especially on Collins in 95? Could Parker Retzlaff been playing possum there to try to make something happen here for this shootout? As we're going to have 10 remaining at the line. When we go back to green next time by, it'll be 9 to go when we hit the Rocket Racing Setups restart box, and that is next time around.
Yeah, tire wear's got to play an issue, so keep an eye on this restart. Watch for any tire spin coming out of that front row, especially off that number 95 of Collins. As you said, Wesley, the lights are going to be out on the iRacing.com pace truck. We're getting to getting ready to restack and repack and go green flag racing inside 10 to go here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, as Collins going to lead them through turns 3 and 4 to the Rocket Racing setup starting point, and the green flag is going to be out. Some serious contact.
Whoa! Retzlaff got into Collins. Collins had to play defensive driver, and he bunched up the pack behind him. What a great piece of driving by all of these guys to avoid wrecking.
As it looked like Retzlaff just got going a little bit earlier than Collins did on that start. He had to get out of the throttle, and then when he got back into the throttle, it looks like it just brought the car down a little bit, and they made a little bit of contact. So Retzlaff trying to recover from that, as you see him lose about maybe a car length gap off the back bumper of Collins in that 95 machine. So, but here's the question: is there any damage to that front end of Retzlaff from that contact that he made with the points champion earlier?
Yeah, it's true. We're going to watch it here as it looks like he's closed in on the leader of Collins. They work their way to the back straightaway. They're going to come off into turn number 3 and exit 4 now. Here comes Retzlaff right there on the leader to the line. 6 laps to go. You're riding on board with Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, presented by Swag. He's in second, just ready to go, pounce, make his move. Here he comes. Or has he used up his tires, do you think, there?
I mean, these two have been pretty much pushing it just about as well as the other one has. They've almost been pretty much, if not bumper to bumper, side by side for the majority of this race. So I'm willing to bet, these guys probably are around the same percentage as far as tire wear goes. And I'm going to tell you, if Collins is able to lead laps like this with Parker Retzlaff on his back bumper, he's definitely no slouch when it comes to racing on the asphalt game. These guys know how to save their tires, especially over the course of like a 75-lap race. And I think just about now is about the go time. So as you see Parker Retzlaff, he's going to start reeling in Collins as much as he can as we get 3 to go this time by. So only a handful of laps left. As Retzlaff's starting to run out of time, he's got to do everything he can to get to that back bumper of Collins.
Down the back straightaway, they go into turn number 3. As it looks like Retzlaff is losing ground on Collins. He's running out of that time to the line, and the popsicle sticks are up. 2 remaining. As again, Collins is the man out in front. Time running out. Retzlaff, any move, you better do it now. He's coming to the white flag this time by. White flag presented by Swag. 1 to go.
4 more turns of the wheel for that number 95 machine, your leader of Collins, as the Swag white flag is in the air officially. You are going to have an official race here, ladies and gentlemen, as it has been a barn burner for 75 laps. But as he comes into 3 and 4, just 1 more turn of the wheel for Collins. He's going to bring that 95 to victory lane here
Checkered
tonight.
flag. Collins will get it done in the number 95 machine. Made an early move around Retzlaff, and he capitalizes and will take the checkered flag. Second spot will go to the driver as all the drivers now get ready to come across the start-finish line. Well, scoring we'll show you the results here in a minute. Celebration for Collins. Retzlaff again. Don't know if maybe he used up his tires, or maybe he might have damage. He had to save what he had to avoid getting any more problems than what he had. But nonetheless, an upset here as Collins prevents Parker Retzlaff, Brett Rolls, from sweeping here tonight at Fall Brawl at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Collins looked like he was a man on a mission here tonight in these super late models. As you see him burning it down on the front straightaway, he was definitely looking to end that hot streak that Parker Retzlaff was on, and he definitely did it in style tonight. He got the lead early on, showing his nose to the 42 machine of Retzlaff, and he just never looked back.
Results from the Fall Brawl for the Supers here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Dalton Collins getting the win to the number 21. Parker Retzlaff will finish in second spot. David Pullins with the throwback colors of pink and black for Dale Earnhardt's mom and pop. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s mom and pop's late model will finish in third. J.J. Jensen will finish fourth. Bladen Edwards will finish fifth, followed by Tyler Payne, Robert Warrens, and Pete Pellini, the first half of the field here in the feature.
Position number 9 is going to go to the 24 of Matthew Moniak. Position number 10 going to go to the 99 of Jeffrey Wallace. Position number 11 going to go to the 32 car of Eric Steele, 1 lap down. The 12th finishing position is going to go to the 25 of Travis Hoffler. The number 80 of Cody Moorcroft going to finish in position number 13. And that 88 throwback, that hot green color car that you love so much, Wesley, he's going to come home P14. And rounding out the field tonight, 14 laps down, having some issues, is the 20 car, your points leader of Daniel Hinder.
And this has got to be devastating for Daniel Hinder. Again, 14 laps down. Myrtle Beach just not his cup of tea. When we come back, the Clan War servers post-race wrap-up. We'll talk to the top 3, wrap them up on the Rails Fall Brawl here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Gamers hosting gamers worldwide, it is time for the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up. Clan Wars is the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. Wesley Outland, Brett Rolls here with you. Going to wrap it up here in a few moments, but right now we're going to talk to the top 3 drivers here real quickly. Brett is going to grab a word with David Pullins and Parker Retzlaff. We'll go to those drivers right now.
David Pullins pulling in back-to-back podiums tonight with the super late model and the Legends. For finishing both in the top 3 tonight, what's the main difference out here as far as the racing line goes, and just how much you can push that envelope with a car that's the size of a Legend versus a car that's the size of a super late model?
Oh man, it's two completely different race cars. Just this past weekend, I actually ran a Legend and a late model, and it's like just 2 different whole deals. You're able to really, the late model, you can really hang it out there and on the edge and like get more out of the car, where a Legend, it's always on edge like 100% of the time, and it's like super sketchy. Or a late model, you can find more grip, you can move around the racetrack. So it was a lot of fun, that race, going green flag the whole way, because I was absolutely terrible and driving my butt off after about 20 laps in, realizing I screwed up, and I went nowhere. And then between that caution helping me and a few other things with lap traffic, I got back into it.
Now, we see the super models, as you just ran for 75 laps, and we don't see a lot of pit stops when it comes to the super late models and just late model racing in general, when it comes to racing and with these guys. What is the difference in the tire wear of the super late models that allows those tires to be able to hold on to later in the run races like these 75 lap events?
And the late model tires, they're just so wide is really what's it. But you still got to keep your composure. You can't be getting up and slamming the gas. Typically with the supers, we get really loose on the long run. I had a problem here getting tight. I think I was so worried about getting loose that I drove the car into a race car, and which is very possible. It can happen. But something with iRacing physics, I struggle with saving tires and changing the way the car drives and stuff, trying to get speed out of it. So I was pretty happy to be there at the end. I felt like if I would have cleared for third, I could at least, on the tail end of Parker and them guys, I was definitely not faster, but I felt like I could have at least kept up for once. That would have been fun. But I had a lot of fun. I got to thank everybody. Thank you guys for the broadcast, and I got to thank my sponsors, DPF Services LLC and Assign Design Co. down there in South Carolina. Thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your third place finisher, David Pullins, who has had both good runs tonight in the Legends and the super late models. I'm going to move just a little bit further down the line here. I'm going to pick up tonight's second place finisher in the super late models, and the winner from earlier on. We've already talked to him once tonight. Parker Retzlaff, man, you put on one heck of a performance tonight. You fell just short of being able to clean sweep back-to-back weeks. What's the big difference between a track like Nashville Fairgrounds and a track that's somewhat like this here at Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've done a lot more laps around Myrtle Beach than I have at Nashville, and I felt a lot more comfortable going into tonight. But I had the same problem that David did. It got so tight that I couldn't even fix it like I usually can. It just got so tight I couldn't even drive it.
And now the biggest thing here that we saw tonight is the points leader having a really bad points night struggling here tonight at Myrtle Beach. How much did this run here tonight, finishing second, and the win last week, how much does that really benefit you as far as the points run goes? Not sure exactly how much of a gap you have in between you two.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I just got to stay consistent, just keep having good runs every week, and we'll see where we're at the end of the season.
All right, we're going to pass the mic to you one more time if you want to give a shout out to all the people that help you get this stuff done behind the scenes.
Ponzi Ecotrax, Iron Horse Loggers, Loglit for Kids, Jade Graphic Signs for the paint. My parents for always supporting me in everything I do, and you guys for putting this whole thing on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is your second place finisher tonight, the hot shoe himself, Parker Retzlaff. I'm going to pass the mic back to Wesley Outland, who is down in Victory Lane with tonight's winner.
Yeah, we're down here to Victory Lane. Going to talk to Dalton Collins in the number 21 machine, getting around Retzlaff there in the early going of this race, and was able to hold off everybody when it counted the most to get the big win. Dalton, congratulations to you. I know you're in the 21, but you're actually in the 95 car here tonight. Congrats, awesome performance.
Yeah, man, it was a really good race. The setup really took me by surprise. I think, still everybody's learning, this new super late model, this new tire model and stuff, and kind of shocked me. I thought this setup was going to be super loose, and I think, where I ran the War in the South 150 last night really helped. I picked up a, top 5 there, squeaked it out, and I think that really helped. But they're two totally different setups, I feel like. But the track time here against high competition last night, I think really helped me. But the car started off loose, and with my steering box that I run, and then with the lower front brake bias, I felt like it took to that setup very well. I was really pleased on how it handled on that longer run before that first caution. Really didn't want to see that. Parker's one of the best on the sim, on the short track side, and really cool to go head to head with him like that. I know he was fighting a tighter car there, but again, everybody's just learning these cars still, with these new tires, and Parker figured out he's a good kid. He's a hell of a wheel man, and I'm pretty sure he'll be whooping my ass probably next week.
For sure, definitely. Well, listen, you definitely had to move around, but you did it the right way, the fair way. Talk about just making your move. And did you feel like at one time maybe he might have been playing possum, wait until the last minute to maybe try to strike and make a pass on you?
A little bit. I thought, the same thing with Tyler Hudson last night in the, Kale Gale's race. I thought he was laying back, and, it turns out he was just having a hard time. And, I thought the same thing with Parker there. He closed in on me, after I think almost pulled about a second on him, and then he, started closing again. I was like, man, he's got something that, I don't have, knows something I don't. But, for a second there, yes. I think also with this, the way the chip was set, the gear, you really couldn't run the middle as much. You could there for a minute, but once you got a certain distance, I think once you just wrap the bottom the whole way around, I think you can just keep your pace. But yeah, man, it was a good race. So really enjoyed it, and hopefully I can come back next week and do the same thing.
A good job. Sponsors on that number 95. We'll wrap things up here at Myrtle Beach tonight.
Yeah, man. Just really, I support STR, my own race page. Just follow us on Facebook. We cover every sim racing event, as well as the real life stuff. With the short track, dirt track side. Try to cover as many events as I can. I watch everything. So whether it's sprint cars, late models, whatever. I just cover it all. So go check us out. Whatever events are coming up. I post about the fall brawl here all the time. Keep up with you guys. Everybody at LS LSR TV and other events around the calendar year. So just go check us out. Legacy Esports, got to give a shout out to Boyd Hogan, all them guys over there, Kale Gale, all those guys over there, and HAR Esports with Gary Peck, my wing sprint car team on here. So big thanks to everybody, and glad we can come out here with a W.
A big win for the driver, Dalton Collins, of the number 21. Again, taking the checker flag for the Super Late Models here tonight at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And again, that'll wrap up the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. Clan Wars Servers is the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. Brett, final thoughts, buddy, before we wrap it up here and call it a night.
I thought it was a pretty good race, start to finish. We saw a little bit more chaos with the legend cars here, but that's to be as expected when you have a bunch of small cars. Got a big track for them. A lot of side-by-side action, a lot of three-wide action you saw throughout that race. I think we saw them get all that chaos out and then came out and put on a really good late model race. Really good battle between Parker Retzlaff and Dalton Collins, and congratulations again to both those guys for their respected wins tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing round 5 next week, and hopefully I can even get lucky and maybe even be in the booth with you.
Oh, man, it's always a fun time to be able to work with you. And again, that will wrap up our coverage for this week, for this fiscal week for LSR TV. We'll come back and do it again on Sunday night at 6:30 Eastern for round number 4 in the round of 8, trying to make it into the round of 4, the championship 4 playoffs for the Adrenaline iRacing League. Talladega Super Speedway, the Cup boys are there for real, and so will the playoffs for the IRL, the Adrenaline iRacing League playoffs again at Talladega. That'll be coming up next event on Sunday as well. Monday and Thursday, of course, as always, the Northwest iRacing Truck and Cup Series, of course, on LSR TV. You've also got the new Monday night No Limit Racing Pro Series. They always put on a good show. Check out their coverage. And then, of course, on Tuesday, coming up very, very soon, presented by Swag Esports, it will be the Studio Displays Super Late Model Dirt Series. And then, of course, on Wednesday night, the Shake and Bake, now known as the SMB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. That will be coming up again on October the 14th, October the 15th, the PMI Pavement Marking Truck Series, and, of course, the trucks as well for the Northwest. Friday night, the Fall Brawl, and coming soon also the American iRacing League sanctioning invitational for super late model drivers like Parker Retzlaff and more battling. And you'll have it right here on LSR TV. That's a real quick look up of all the coverage that we have week in and week out. We hope you enjoyed it. For Jeffrey Wallace of On the Rail Paints, for, of course, executive producer Charles Wooten of LSR TV, 52 Media, Race on Texas. Check out the Lone Star 600, the factory stocks from Chatham Speedway for $15,000 to win, and other great racing across the country. Enjoyed as always. For Brett Rolls, I'm Wesley Outland. Keep on praying for America. Pray for our country. Pray for our president to get better. Until next time, take care. God bless you all. Thank you for watching.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.